Well, won't you and your family come and hang with Kandi in the gang? Let's get into the review, y'all. And what's good, everybody? This is your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for a brand new review of Kandi and the Gang. Yes, indeed, we're here. We are here. Now, before we get into the review, I just have something to remind you of before we get into the review. Now, tomorrow is roast and review with me, myself, not me, myself, with me, Terrence, and Josiah. We will be roasting and reviewing Kandi and the Gang as well as Love and Marriage Huntsville, okay? And it will be at 9/8 Central Time. That is 9/8 Central Time. If the time changes, I will let you guys know. But for now, it is 9/8 Central Time right here on Scotty by Nature TV. The link should be available soon on the community wall, so be sure to look out for that. And on Sunday, be on the lookout for Who Was Wrong, which this time will feature Alex Salter TV. Me and my boy will be talking about the beef between Tammy and Evelyn Sunday morning at 11 a.m., 10 a.m. Central Time, right here on Scotty by Nature TV. So be on the lookout for that, okay? So without any further ado, let's get into the review. So we're gonna start this thing off with Joyce, Nora, and Auntie Bertha. First of all, they got their asses sitting at the kitchen table, and Joyce and Nora want to hook Bertha up and say that they want to put Bertha on a dating site so she can get her a best friend. And Bertha said, I don't need no friend. And then, Nora and Joyce was like, well, you don't know what you agree, you don't know. Don't knock it till you try it. And then that's when Bertha was like, well, you know what? Find two friends, and then me and you can go out on a double date. She was talking about her and Mama Joyce, and I'm like, oh my God, these women are hilarious. Okay, there's nothing that they can do that's wrong to me. Nothing. Okay, absolutely nothing. So then we get into Dumb Unique, Chandrika, and June. Okay, which seems like an attack to me. That's what it seemed like. It seemed like it was set up to be an attack, honestly. So Dom explained what happened. She explained what happened when they was at the party and why she was up there for so long and why she didn't come down there. June isn't trying to hear nothing that Dumb Unique got to say, and he starts questioning um dumb. And I felt like, okay, Chandrika, get your man. I get that your man is pretty protective over you. I get that your man don't want nobody mistreating you. But at the same time, he don't need to be getting involved in your personal affairs when it comes down to your friends. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just how I felt about it. Like, I understood it was very admirable that he would, try to defend you in that moment, but I think that he was coming a little bit too strong at Dumb Unique, and I don't think that she really deserved all of that because it really wasn't her. Was it really her fault? I don't know. But at the same point in time, I mean, if you feeling some type of way about anything, why won't you just talk about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see my thing with Sean, and this is my big, I keep on saying this is my biggest problem. Chandrika never says what she needs to say when it's time for her to say what she needs to say, but she always saying what she needs to say at the most inappropriate time. But when it's appropriate for her to say what she got to say, she don't never say anything. She just sits there and now she let her man do all the damn talking, and I don't like that. And I just don't like how he was just coming so strong at Dumb Unique. I just think that was a bit much. In my opinion, it was too much. Then they starts questioning Torin's loyalty as well. And Chandrika was like, well, June is my man. He's protective over me. And he just want to make sure that my circle ain't no fucked up circle. And that's my man, and I'm gonna stick beside him. Can't really knock her for that, but at the same time, your man need to know some boundaries, and I think that he's doing a little too much. A little too much. That's some shit that you should be doing. You could walk around and question folks about who said what when it came down to you talking shit under that ring camera, but you can't say shit when it come down to some shit that you're feeling in the inside. Girl, bye. I don't like shit like that. There's some fake ass shit. Like, girl, just say what you gotta say. If you feel some type of way about anything, just say what you gotta say and keep it the fuck moving. So now Todd and Patrick. They're outside on the parking lot and they start talking about the party. And Ty was like, well, why wasn't Chandrika, invited to the party? And then he was like, well, that's something that my woman didn't want. My woman did not want me and Chandrika. I mean, didn't want Chandrika and her man at the party because of what happened between me and Chandrika in the past and all that other Husha John stuff. And she just don't know the energies, and she don't know this, and she don't know that. So at the end of the day, I just don't know if that would have been the greatest idea. But at the same time, you did sit there and you did tell the girl that she was invited to the party. But at the same time, Torn was trying to push the girl to come to the party. But at the same time, it's like you did tell her she was invited. So that's why she came, even when she didn't want to. She came to support you, and then you're going to let your girl get in your ear and take your dick and put it in her purse. That's what she's doing, and that's what I don't like about her. So then, June pulls up, and then he confronts Patrick about what happened at the party and all that other stuff. And then, he was basically saying, well, whatever, me and you have had our issues in the past, and they show what happened in the past. And then he's like, but at this point, like, we could peacefully coexist. All we really care, I mean, y'all already got to work together. So at this point, it really shouldn't matter what happened in the past. Y'all got to work together, and we just need for y'all to be on y'all best behavior when y'all working together. We don't really care about about all that other stuff. And you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, Todd agreed. So then, June surprises Chandrika with her car. She comes out and she got a Mercedes. And of course, you got Dom who runs outside and sees the car. Everybody comes out there to see what she got, and everybody's happy for her. They all seem like, typical friends that's happy for their friend getting something nice or whatever. That's what it comes across to me. To me, they comes across as typical friends that's yelling and screaming because their friend got a car, which is cool. I like that about them. They all seem very supportive of each other. And then after that, June confronts Torin, Brian, and Rashad about what went down at that party. Why are you rolling up on these people when your woman should be rolling up on these people? Why are you doing it? You gonna roll up on everybody? And even in that dinner with you, Dumb Unique, and Chandrika, I can already tell that Dumb Unique was annoyed with your ass. I mean, I was annoyed for sitting at that table listening to you give your opinion on shit that don't even fucking matter. Like, what the fuck who gives a fuck about what you think? Really? Who gives a fuck about what you think? Because don't nobody really give a damn about what you think. So you just shut the fuck up. Nobody asked for your damn opinion. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like, June got on my nerves tonight. But I mean, like I said, it's admirable that he wants to be her knight in shining armor, and take up for her and take care of her. That's cool. But in this instance, this is a direct issue with her and her friends. And I just need for her to be the one to say what she got to say. She never speaks her feelings about anything. Honestly, she don't. And I said that before. She only speaks her opinion when it's inappropriate to speak her opinion. She never says anything when it's time to. Just like when she did that shit with Kandi and Todd and said they don't give a fuck about the restaurant. And then when she was put on the damn witness stand, she had nothing to say about that. But you had so much to say when they wasn't around. See, that's what shit I'm talking about. You probably sit up there, talk to June about this situation and all this other stuff, and now he feel like he got to take up for you. He really don't have to. All you got to do is say what you got to say to them, and if they're your friends, they will understand. Like, I would never sit up there and allow my man to confront any of my friends about how I feel about shit. I would never do that. Why would I, girl, like, girl, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure your biggest fan, whose name start with a J, whoever the fuck that nigga is, he gonna be up under my comments trying to go off for your ass and defend your ass and call other YouTubers' name for your ass and all this other stuff. Like, girl, bye. At the end of the day, I feel like you should have held it down by yourself. That's just my opinion. She should have held it down on her own. She didn't need him to do shit. Period. She didn't need him to say nothing. She didn't need him to do nothing. That's just my personal opinion on it. I don't give a damn what nobody got to say about it. Like, period. Period, point blank. She didn't need him to say shit. She could have did it on her own. So then, Chandrika, Brian, Torin, and Rashad, they're all at this wig funeral or whatever. Then they start releasing the wig, and it's all fun and games. And then, Chandrika says that it's a triple date that Kandi and Todd playing. It's gonna be Kandi and Todd, Chandrika and June, and then Safari and Patrick. And she says that hopefully it goes well. You know what I mean? Like, she really ain't all that crazy about going on no date with Patrick and Safari, no way. But at the end of the day, she just wanted to go. All right. So then the conversation starts with Chandrika and Brian and Torin. Okay, so she starts confronting them about the situation. And then, Brian was like, well, I feel like that conversation need to be held with Dom. Like, why you coming at me about this shit? And at the end of the day, Brian got a point because he didn't come there with Dom. Oh, that's the air condition. He didn't come there with Dom. He was already there before Dom even showed. He didn't come there with Chandrika. Dom did. So then the day he was already there before that even happened. At the end of the day, he said people had already went outside. What the fuck I'm going outside for? Making a mountain out of a molehill. Like, what the fuck I'm going outside for? And honestly, I don't blame him for that, because if you got a bunch of folks already outside, what the fuck I'm going outside for anyway? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck am I going out there for? It's about two folks out there. What am I going out there for when I don't even know what the hell going on? Okay, so then it's the triple date. Basically, they was all talking about how long they've been together. I think June and Chandrika been together for like 2 years now, and then they're engaged. And he said after like a couple of days or so, he already knew that he wanted to marry Chandrika. So then we get into Safari and Patrick. Safari said that she thought that Patrick was a trick. She said that she never intended on being serious with Patrick. She thought that he was a hoe. Pretty much, that's what she thought. And Patrick was a hoe. He looked like a hoe. He could have been a hoe with me a long time ago, but that's not what I'm looking for anymore. So at the end of the day, yes, he was a whore back in the gal, right? It was a whore. So then, when it all boils down to it, you know, he basically said, back in my day when I was on my pimp shit, like, didn't no women get no money or nothing out of player P. All they got out of player P was some D. You was that type of nigga. You look like you was that type of nigga back in the day. I'm not surprised. I swear to God, I'm not surprised by that at all. You look like that type of nigga that would be on that type of shit. It's just real talk. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel with it. Period. So, I don't think that Kandi and Ty was even happy about that comment about her saying that she thought that he was a trick. But, at the same point in time, I may not like Safari, but that's what her first thoughts of him was. Like, a lot of the times when we're in a relationship with people, we probably don't even see it for them when we first start dating them. Until we really get to know them and start talking to them, then, your feelings may change. It has happened to me many a times where I didn't see it for somebody before when they first approached me, but I still went out on a date with their ass anyway. And then after I went out on a date with their ass anyway, I started to see some things about them that I like. But then again, they turned out not to be shit. So I probably should have just stayed where I was at, huh? Shout out to you. You're getting married again. Anyway, next up is Brandon, Don Juan, and Philip. They trying to come to a conclusion about what's gonna happen between Brandon and Dom. Now, Dom said, me and Brandon are dating. We're in a relationship now. And then Don Juan was like, okay, that's fine. We're cool with that, but we got to figure out what we're gonna do about it. And Philip was like, yeah, we really gotta navigate this thing and see how it's gonna go around. Because it's either that or one of y'all gotta go. And Dom says, well, I feel like Brandon should go at the end of the day. I mean, I've been here much longer than him. The new guy should always be the one to go. So, and honestly, if we're going by seniority like we go at my job, Brandon would be the one to go first. I mean, it is what it is. Like, Brandon would be the one to go first. It's a lot of things that I've been at my job for 5 years. So a lot of the times when it come down to me and somebody else, a lot of the times they've been there longer than me. So some things I can't possibly get against one person because they have more seniority than me. So yeah, if you're going by seniority, yes, Brandon should leave and not Dom. That's how I feel. So Philip comes to Pat for some advice. No, not Philip. Patrick comes to Todd for some advice. He said he always talks to Todd. Todd always give him the rundown, give him some good advice and everything like that. And at this point, Patrick wants to marry Sapphire. And Todd just want to make sure that that's the move that he really wants to make, because he knew him from when he first met him. Patrick was wild and all outside when he first met him. And everybody say that, he was wild and all outside. He was with the bullshit. He was always with the women all the time and all this other stuff. So that's the type of person that he knew Patrick to be. This new person that he is not the person that he knows him to be, but he's proud of him for just, stepping aside and just moving on and doing something else with his life. And as far as with the women is concerned, Kandi starts talking to Safari, and Safari pretty much says, when I first met him, I thought that he was a trick. Like, I thought I'd never intended on being serious with him. I just thought that he was good for sex. A lot of men like Patrick are good for sex. They cute, they fine, look just like Patrick, but they not good for nothing emotional. They only good for to give me some for a couple of hours. And yes, I did say hours. A couple of hours, and I can go my ass back home, or I can send them the fuck back home. That's the way it goes. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about that particular situation. So I definitely, definitely understand where she's coming from with that. But all the while, she pretty much explained her stance on where she was at with Patrick, and Kandi understood. Kandi just being who she is. She loves Patrick. And she looks at him like her son. So of course she asked the questions that needed to be asked. Chandrika, Torin, Rashad, Brian, and Dom. Chandrika was spilling the tea about the triple date. And she was basically saying that, well, Safari told us that she thought that Patrick was a trick, and that she didn't really want him like that at the beginning. And then everybody else was like, well, damn. And then she was like, well, I felt good because I was having me a good time regardless. Chandrika was here for that mess, child. So then Rashad apologizes to Chandrika about what happened at the party, and he said that he even told Dom that she needed to make it right with her. And Dom said, when did you say that? And they showed a flashback of Rashad actually saying that she needed to make things right with Chandrika. So now Dom is getting mad at Rashad for the things that he is saying, and I feel like she's only getting mad at him due to the fact that, you know what I'm saying, they already discussed it. She already had to deal with her man telling her what she needed to do. Now she got to deal with Rashad and all this other stuff. And then, Rashad stormed out, and now Dom basically going off on him and saying that he want a problem with her and all this other stuff. I think that was a bit much. I don't know if that should have went that far. Talk about something. All I know is that I know that's your friend, but don't have me in a room with him. Don't have me in a room with him. I'm like, girl, it ain't that serious, child. Like, he didn't really do that much to you. But okay, girl. All right. But the fact is, he did tell you. At the end of the episode is basically Patrick calling a meeting with his Fab Four, Mama Joyce, Aunt Bertha, Kandi, and his mama, basically saying that they said that they like Safari. They said that he said back in the day he was a hoe. They all agreed that he was one. And he said that he wants to marry Safari. He said he's not gonna get married yet, but he knows that he wants to marry Safari. And I'm guessing in so many words, they're happy that he's moving into this new direction instead of being, the flavor of the month for all these different women. And so, I think they're happy to see him in a better place now. Like, he's in a better spot. He may be a little dingy. I think it's kind of cute, but whatever. I think they're just happy that he's moving on to a more positive direction. So before we get up out of here, let's get into what I got coming up on Scotty by Nature TV. Let's get into it, y'all. And the Whether You Like It or Not panel will be starting a week from today, next Tuesday, okay? At 9:15, 8:15 Central Time. And we will be covering Real Housewives of Atlanta and Basketball Wives all spring, all summer. And the cast goes like this. Scotty by Nature TV, giving you the real tea. Josiah's World TV, Yocrates, Really Be TV, and Simply Sakina, okay? We will be having pop-up appearances from Reggie, as well as House of Aaron and I talked to Erica De Niro TV about this in like a couple of weeks ago, and she said that she's even willing to come on as a guest here and there. So be on the lookout for the third season of the Whether You Like It or Not panel. We've been away from the panel for almost 6 months, if not. I think it has been 6 months. December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, about to be 6 months since we did the panel. So we've been on break for long enough, and we're back. Okay. The influence with Scotty and Reggie that should be out Saturday. Because we are so behind on filming our episodes, child. So we gotta film. I'm hoping we film episode 3 sometime today when I get home. So we can get that out the way. So if we do get that episode done, today, the episode will come out Saturday at the same time. Also, Who Was Wrong? Like I said earlier, that's coming out Sunday morning at 11:10 Central Time with Alex Salter, and we will be talking about Tammy and Evelyn's beef. So with that being said, yeah, with that being said, you guys, your boy's out of here. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever video drops, as well as following me on social media because my Twitter and my IG will be at the bottom of the video. If you want me to follow you back on IG, all y'all got to do is hit me up with the DMs with the hashtag Mrs. Team Scotty, and I will definitely follow you guys back. With that being said, you guys, your boy's out of here until my next video. Like I said, I'm playing catch up all week, so there's a lot I got to catch up on. With that being said, you guys, I'm out of here until the next one. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.